Welcome to Chapter 8, Product and Services Concepts. McDonald's Corporation is developing several lines of McDonald's brand consumer goods. Under consideration now are McDonald's brand snacks and other packaged goods, as well as a line of McDonald's books and videos. The brand extension strategy could involve products both inside and outside McDonald's restaurants. Inside, the company is experimenting with in-between meal products. If successful, that operation could also create a market for McDonald's snacks, such as ice cream bars and baked goods in grocery stores and elsewhere. McDonald's has been reviving its McKids line of apparel, shoes, and bedding, pushing them with Walmart stores. Because McDonald's is a company obsessed with image and control, new products and services could introduce new risks. A product may be defined as everything, both favorable and unfavorable, that one receives in exchange. It can be a tangible good, a service, an idea, or a combination of these things. Consumers don't just buy the physical product. They buy the benefits the product offers and its packaging, quality, brand name, styling, warranty, after-sale service, and much more. The most important task for the marketer is to understand what benefits consumers want from products. Information is actually an increasing important product for many marketers. What a company is actually selling is the most important part of the marketing mix. Products are classified as either business or consumer products depending on the buyer's intentions. Classifying a firm's products helps to guide the marketing mix strategy. A business product or an industrial product is used to manufacture other goods or services, to help a company's operations, or to resell to other customers. The classification scheme includes 7 categories: major equipment, accessory equipment, component parts, process materials, raw materials, services, and supplies. A consumer product is purchased to satisfy a person's wants or needs. It can be classified on the basis of the amount of effort that is normally expended in the shopping process. Some products, like desks, pencils, personal computers, can be classified as either business or for consumers, depending on the intended use. But the products you're probably most familiar with are consumer products. Convenience products include fast food, soda, grocery items. Shopping products include small appliances, clothing, furniture. And specialty products are products that have exclusive distribution or products with high brand loyalty, such as Rolex watches, specialty clothing, exotic restaurants. Unsought products are ones that consumers don't want to think about, such as life insurance or cemetery plots or terminal care centers. A convenience product is an inexpensive item that requires little shopping effort. These products are purchased regularly, usually with little planning, and require wide distribution. Consumers will usually accept substitutes for a convenience product. Just think about chewing gum, cans of soup, items that you would run into Fred Meyer's or Safeway to quickly purchase. A shopping product requires comparison shopping because it's usually more expensive than convenience products and is found in fewer stores. Consumers usually compare items across brands or stores. Homogeneous shopping products are items that consumers see as being basically the same, and consumers shop for the lowest price. Heterogeneous shopping products are seen by consumers to differ in quality, style, suitability, and lifestyle compatibility. Comparisons between heterogeneous shopping products are often quite difficult because they may have unique features and different levels of quality and price. A specialty product is searched for extensively, and substitutes are not acceptable. These products may be quite expensive, and often distribution is very limited. Brand loyalty tends to be very strong for specialty products. Examples include Rolex watches, Mercedes-Benz cars, cigarette boats, Allen Edmonds shoes. An unsought product is something that is not known about or not actively sought by consumers. Unsought products require aggressive personal selling and highly persuasive advertising. Insurance, burial plots, encyclopedias are all examples of unsought products. Products can and do change classification over time. A new product, such as the original home smoke detector, may start as an unsought good because it's not known and has no demand. Then such a product may become a shopping good and finally move into the classification of being a convenience good. A service is the result of applying human or mechanical efforts to people or things. The basic marketing process is pretty much the same for all products and organizations, but services and nonprofit businesses have many unique characteristics that affect their marketing strategy. Services are becoming an increasingly important part of the U.S. economy, and no decline is expected before well into the next century. The service sector accounts for more than 79% of the U.S. gross domestic product. In addition to growing in importance in the U.S., service companies of all sizes are expanding globally. They may set up franchises or open branch offices. Some of the large service companies are also the most financially healthy companies in the United States. ServiceMaster has profits of $64.6 million and return on equity of 64%. United Parcel Service has return on equity of 28%, and Marriott Hotels return on equity is 22%. As the manufacturing sector continues to slow, service industries will continue to account for a greater and greater percentage of jobs in the U.S. economy. Services are distinguished from products by four unique characteristics: intangibility, inseparability, heterogeneity, and perishability. Many offerings have some tangible and some intangible aspects that you should just be aware of. But services tend toward the intangible end of the spectrum, which makes them different from traditional products. For example, McDonald's offers a good, their food, but they also offer the service of convenience and speed. Intangibility is the fundamental difference between services and goods. Intangibility means that services can't be touched, seen, tasted, heard, or felt in the same manner that goods can. Norwegian Cruise Line tries to convey the feeling of a cruise in their music and visuals in advertisements. Service cannot be stored and cannot be easily duplicated. Evaluating the quality of services is more difficult than evaluating the quality of goods. Services exhibit fewer search qualities. These are characteristics that can be easily assessed before purchase. Services have more experience qualities, characteristics that can only be assessed after you've used them. You can only really evaluate a cruise after you've taken it. Before that, you're probably going on advertisements or a friend's judgment of their experience. Services also have credence qualities, characteristics that cannot be easily assessed even after purchase. Examples of intangibility include services at a hair salon, medical care, and auto repair. Marketers often rely on tangible clues, such as the environment and atmosphere of facilities, to communicate a service's nature and quality. You would assume that if you went into a fancy restaurant that possibly the food would be especially good and the service would be as well. The furnishings and diplomas and offices of doctors and attorneys are examples of tangible cues. Inseparability refers to the characteristic of services that allows them to be produced and consumed at the same time. The consumer of services is usually involved at the time of production. Services cannot be produced in a centralized location and consumed in decentralized locations. Just think about paying for watching a football game. You're paying for it, but it's being produced and you are enjoying it at the same time. Heterogeneity means that services tend to be less standardized and uniform than goods. Consistency and quality control are often hard to achieve because services are labor-intensive and vary by employee. Consistency and reliability are strengths that many service firms actively pursue through mechanization of the process, standardization, and training programs. Inconsistency of service performance becomes very clear if you look at professional sports teams. Some Sundays, football teams may be brilliant, but the very next weekend the same team may play terribly. Finally, perishability means that services cannot be stored, warehoused, or inventoried. One of the most important challenges in many service industries is finding ways to synchronize supply and demand. Such techniques as differential pricing during non-peak periods may help. Almost every business has its peak periods and slow times. Examples to consider include tax preparation. Restaurants are more busier during certain times of the day or certain times of the year. Hotels, airlines, amusement parks, lawn care services, and golf courses. The four factors that distinguish services from goods may be easier to remember if you think of the 4 I's: intangibility, inseparability, inconsistency, and inventory. It's difficult to make a clear distinction between manufacturing and service firms because service is often a major factor in the success of manufacturing firms. The service component offers the potential for manufacturers to build a strong competitive advantage, especially in industries in which consumers perceive product offerings to be similar. Basically, if you can build good relationships with customers and increase the service factor, you're more likely to gain a real competitive advantage. A product item is a specific version of a product that can be designated as a distinct offering among a company's products. A product line is a group of closely related products. A company's product mix includes all the products that it sells. General Motors offers several lines of cars and trucks: Pontiac, Oldsmobile, GMC, Chevrolet, and Cadillac. Some of the product lines at Procter & Gamble are bars of soap, detergents, toothpaste, skin lotions, and deodorants. Product lines can be organized by product function, customer group, retail outlets used, and price range. Why do companies form product lines? Advertising economies occur when several products can be advertised under the same umbrella. Package uniformity increases customer familiarity, and the different items actually help to advertise one another. Product lines provide an opportunity for standardizing components, thus reducing manufacturing and inventory costs. Product lines also facilitate efficient sales and distribution, leading to economies of scale for managing the sales force, warehousing, and transportation. A full range of product alternatives is offered to the consumer, often making retailers more willing to stock the line. And finally, product lines are based on a brand name, which help consumers evaluate quality. Consumers usually believe that all products in a line will be of similar quality. Product mix width refers to the number of product lines that a company offers. Firms may increase their product mix width to spread risk across multiple lines and to capitalize on established reputations. Product line depth is the number of product items in a product line. Firms increase product line depth to attract buyers with widely different preferences, capitalize on economies of scale, increase sales and profits by further segmenting the market, and even out seasonal sales patterns. Beatrice Corporation at one time had a variety of unrelated lines, but decided to sell off all but 3 divisions: cheese, meats, and snack foods. Product modification involves changing one or more of a product's characteristics. Repositioning involves changing customers' perceptions of a product. An entire line may be repositioned with a new name, packaging, and advertising to try and revitalize sales. Product line extension is the practice of adding products to an existing product line in order to compete more broadly in the industry. Product line contraction may be undertaken if the line is overextended. Symptoms of overextension include the fact that some products are not contributing to profit because of low sales or cannibalization. Manufacturing or marketing resources are being disproportionately allocated to slow-moving products, and items in the line have become obsolete because of new product entries. A quality modification entails changing a product's dependability or durability. You may see this in marketing for car or truck tires. A functional modification is a change in a product's versatility, effectiveness, convenience, or safety. A style modification is an aesthetic product change rather than a quality or functional modification. So whenever you see some fancy packaging that's new on an item that you buy all the time, this is style modification. Planned obsolescence is the practice of causing products to become obsolete before they actually need replacement. It's often implemented through style modifications. So you may see this in clothing lines or shoe lines. You may think that they need replacing before they actually get worn out, or you may see this in high-tech items. How many times have you heard the claim, new and improved, added to marketing labels? Or have you had trouble finding your brand of detergent or soda because the packaging had changed colors or been jazzed up? If you look at marketing campaigns from 10 years ago, it's clear they'd be too outdated to attract any customers today. So marketing managers reposition their products to address changing demographics, declining sales, or changes in social trends. Several boat manufacturers, such as Sea Ray and Bayliner, have slowly been extending their lines upward. Originally, they only offered small power boats under 20 feet in length, but the firms now offer broad lines including 50-foot luxury yachts. The danger of line extension is cannibalization of other products in the same line. Product line contraction refers to cutting back on products sold because of cannibalization. They've become too expensive to maintain or they're obsolete. Branding is the major tool marketers have to distinguish their products from those of the competition. A brand is a name, term, symbol, design, or a combination of these that identifies a seller's product and differentiates them from the competitor's products. A brand name is that part of the brand that can be spoken, including letters, words, and numbers. Avon, Tide, Disneyland, and Nissan are brand names. The brand mark is the element of the brand that cannot be spoken, such as symbols. Just think about Ralph Lauren's Polo Pony or the swoosh in Nike and Chrysler's 5-star emblem. Those are all brand marks. Identification is the most important objective of branding. The brand allows the product to be differentiated from others and serves as an indicator of quality to consumers, something familiar that they can count on. The term brand equity refers to the value of the company and its brand names. Branding helps customers identify products that they're satisfied with, and it promotes repeat sales. Brand loyalty refers to consistent preference for one brand over all others, and it's quite high in some product categories. General Motors has always counted on what's now the older generation to buy their Cadillac because they had brand loyalty to the Cadillac. The term master brand refers to a brand so dominant in consumers' minds that they think of it immediately when a product category or product attribute is mentioned. Just think about Scotch Tape, Xerox, Frigidaire, Bic. When I mention these brand names, you immediately know what the brand refers to because it's so dominant. An interesting test is to see if you can pick out your brand of cola in a blind taste test. Most people cannot, but they have loyalty to the brand of soda that they buy. An established brand name can facilitate the introduction of new products because a familiar brand is more quickly accepted by consumers. But some companies have to be careful of this because sometimes the public gets critical of companies throwing their name on products across the board. For example, Calvin Klein was recently scrutinized for putting their name brand on everything from clothes to towels to dinnerware. The Internet provides a new alternative for generating brand awareness for some companies that are less popular. Branding helps consumers identify brands they wish to buy again, and brand loyalty is a consistent preference for one brand over all others. Brand identity is essential to developing brand loyalty. Before Jeff Bezos named his company Amazon, or Amazon.com, his first choice for the name of his company was Cadabra, as in abracadabra, like the magician would say. But most people thought he was saying cadaver, as in a dead body. Hence, he quickly changed the name of his online store to Amazon. Think of the most successful products, and for the most part, their names are simple, easily pronounceable. Tide, Juicy Fruit, Coca-Cola, Ford Mustang. But the name a company chooses for its product must be legally protectable. For example, Palm Pilot had the Pilot part of their name taken away since it was already being used by Pilot pens. Master brands are those brand names that come to mind when you think of a product. What are some other master brands that you can think of besides the ones already mentioned? A generic product is typically a no-frills, no-brand name, low-cost product that's identified by its product category. They usually sell for 30 to 40% less than manufacturers' brands and 20 to 25% less than retailer-owned brands. They have substantial market shares in some product categories such as pharmaceuticals. Most people will usually ask for generic drugs. The market share for generics has held steady at about 1.5% of the grocery market, which is $1.8 billion in annual sales. A manufacturer's brand strategy is used when manufacturers use their own name on their products. A private brand is a brand name that a wholesaler or a retailer uses for the product it sells. Individual branding is the practice of using a different brand name for each product. Individual brands are used when products differ greatly in use or in performance, quality, or targeted market. General Mills brands include Bisquick, Gold Medal, Betty Crocker, and Nature Valley. A company that markets several different products under the same brand name is using a family brand. Consumer familiarity with the brand name facilitates the introduction of new products. Heinz, General Electric, and Honda are family brands. Sometimes a well-known brand name cannot be used because it doesn't fit the new product and doesn't aid in product introduction and success. For example, Lifesavers gum didn't prove to be a hit, and Bic came up with pantyhose, but it didn't sell. Advantages of manufacturer brands is that it develops customer loyalty, attracts new customers, enhances prestige, offers rapid delivery, and ensures dealer loyalty. Advantages of private brands is that they can earn higher profits, there's less pressure to mark down prices, the manufacturer may drop a brand or become a direct competitor to dealers, ties to wholesaler or retailers are usually strong, and there's no control over distribution of manufacturers' brands. Co-branding entails placing two or more brand names on a product or its package. Ingredient branding identifies the brand of a part that makes up the product. For example, you might see Hershey's syrup on the package of a Betty Crocker brownie mix. Cooperative branding is where two brands receiving equal treatment borrow each other's brand equity. Complementary branding is where products are advertised or marketed together to suggest usage. Co-branding may be used to identify product ingredients or components when two companies wish to collaborate to offer a product or to add value to products that are generally perceived to be homogeneous shopping goods. For example, Intel and Mattel have collaborated to produce Intel Play, smart toys for children. A trademark is a legal term indicating the owner's exclusive right to use the brand or part of the brand. Others are prohibited from using the brand without permission. A service mark performs the same functions for service businesses. Many parts of a brand, such as phrases and abbreviations and symbols associated with product identification, such as shapes and color combinations or like the Nike swoosh, qualify for trademark protection. The mark has to be used continuously to be protected. Rights to a trademark continue for as long as it is used. McDonald's has registered the Mc portion of its name as a trademark and reserved it for use on McDonald's products. The firm successfully stopped a motel chain from calling itself McSleep. Companies have to guard against the unauthorized use of their brands, slight alteration to the brand name by mimics, and counterfeit merchandise that is labeled with the brand. If you go to New York City or Thailand, you can find fake Rolex watches, or common in France, or knockoffs of Levi's jeans. They're called Lovis. The Trademark Revision Act of 1988 allows organizations to register trademarks based on the intention to use them for 10 years. Companies that fail to protect their trademarks face the problem of their product names becoming generic. A generic product name identifies a product by class or type and cannot be trademarked. Former brand names that have become generic product names include cellophane, shredded wheat, aspirin, escalator. These were all former brand names. Products with brand names that are strongly identified with the product category include Kleenex, Levi's, Jell-O, Scotch Tape, Fiberglass, Xerox, and Frigidaire. Packaging is the container for protecting and promoting a product. Packaging has traditionally been viewed as the means of holding contents together and protecting the good as it moves through the distribution channel. So the next time you go into Safeway or Fred Meyer's, just take a look at how much work goes into packaging an item and making it attractive. Just look at how your roll of film is packaged. Not only does it come in the black cylinder to protect it from light or damage, but then it also has the fancy packaging that can be placed on hooks on shelves so it can get your attention at eye level. And if it's Fujifilm, of course it's green to show that they're environmental, or perhaps it's Kodak Gold to show the gold symbol for quality. The package is often the marketer's last chance to communicate and sell to the consumer. The packaging serves to protect products, and also some of them are very sophisticated to protect products from spoilage, tampering, or children. It also promotes products. Packaging differentiates one product from its competitor, and it's the last opportunity to have you buy that item. And it also establishes the brand image. Lay's pantyhose and Pringles potato chips have used packaging as a real differential advantage. They look very different as far as their packaging goes than all others. Pringles potato chips don't come in the standard potato chip bag. Wholesalers and retailers prefer packages that are easy to ship, store, and stock on shelves. They also like packages that protect the product, prevent spoilage and breakage, and they can sit on the shelf for a long time. Customers, on the other hand, like items that are easy to handle, open, and reclose. So more and more, if you've noticed over the years, more and more bags, like potato chip bags or cookie bags, you can actually reseal the top. This is common on vegetable plastic bags. You can actually ziplock the top again. Packaging is often used to segment markets, particularly by offering different sizes for different segments. If you go to Sam's Club, the sizes are very different than what you pick up at Safeway. An important recent issue is the compatibility of the package and environmental concerns. Many consumers demand recyclable, biodegradable, and reusable packages. Motrin migraine, along with other new over-the-counter migraine drugs like Advil migraine and Excedrin migraine, are exactly the same pill as the original versions, with the same ingredients in the same dose. They are simply in a different package. The only difference is the Food and Drug Administration now allows the 3 pain relievers to claim that they ease the pain of migraine headaches, in addition to other aches and pains. Drug makers have found that repackaging pills under different names can translate into big sales. What are your thoughts on this repackaging strategy of pain relievers as an ethical practice? Persuasive labeling focuses on a promotional theme or logo, and consumer information is only secondary. Information labeling is designed to help consumers in making proper product selections and lower cognitive dissonance after the purchase. The Nutrition Labeling and Education Act of 1990 directed the Food and Drug Administration to require detailed nutritional information on food packages and to establish standards for health claims on food packaging. Some other interesting tidbits is that the Ivory soap label has been updated and altered 18 times since the 1890s, and the Campbell's soup label was unchanged until slight alterations were made in 1990. Universal Product Codes, or UPC labels, appear on most food items in supermarkets and other high-volume outlets, and they were first introduced in 1974. The barcodes are a series of thick and thin vertical lines to help computerized optical scanners read them. Branding issues that marketers have to deal with when it comes to the global market is, do they have one name brand that they use everywhere? Do they make adaptations and modifications? And should they have different brand names for different markets? Because obviously a brand name in one country can mean something completely different in another country with a different language. In another chapter we reviewed how in Spanish, Chevy's Nova meant no-go. So obviously not a good name to carry on a car. Global issues in packaging include what colors should be used on labels. Colors that have certain significance in the United States mean completely different things in other countries. Aesthetics, what would look attractive to an American might not look appealing or attractive to someone in another country. In other cultures, they might need other types of information posted on their packages. Other countries aren't as concerned with the ingredients that go into certain foods. And then climate considerations. Goods that can be packaged so that they don't spoil and shipped to different places in the United States might work fine, but the packaging may not hold up in different climates or to travel to destinations that are really far away. Another part of the product is its warranty, which is a protection and information device for consumers. A warranty confirms the quality or performance of a good or service. An express warranty is made in writing. An implied warranty is an unwritten, informal guarantee that a good or service is fit for the purpose for which it was sold. Hyundai promotes its 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty as a competitive advantage against other automobile dealerships. Warranties make for good marketing. Just think about yourself. When you buy a product, would you be wary of buying it if on the label it read, "Purchase at your own risk, sold as is"? Or do you feel better about buying something you can easily return if you're not happy with it or if it doesn't perform like it's supposed to?